Dire team pick.
Slada.
Dire team pick. Radiant team pick.
Bat Rider!
Rider, huh?
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Mali lang yan.
Radiant team ban. Dire team ban.
Ha?
Radiant team ban.
Bigyan mo step sa akin.
Fucking
What is
gone.
10 seconds.
Celebrate. Oh my god, I can't even say the word. Oh my
5
god.
seconds remaining.
Celebratory.
Laboratory.
Fuck. Celebration gong. I don't give a fuck. Celebratory. Celibate. No, it's not a celibate gong. Fuck.
Celebratory gone.
Celebrity gong. God damn it! Why is English such a hard language? Hello and welcome back, everybody. Oh, that's the wrong scene. There it is. The draft is ready. We're into our second series. The group stage for the ESL 1 Los Angeles Major continues. It's me, Gareth, and Lacoste on the microphones with Nigma versus Viking here in this best of 2 in the group stage. Lacoste is Giggles o'clock, Tiny Bat, Slada, Io, some fun heroes all around.
Yeah, seems like Slaughter is the new first pick material, judging by the few games that I saw. It gives you the ability to Roche. I think that's the best one, and depending on the matchup, like it forces enemy to pick the ranged hero for themselves on the safe lane against the Slaughter, and there aren't many of those. So I assume that's gonna be a Lesh as a safe laner. They might still swap things around.
Yeah, we'll see what direction they head into. Tons of magic damage from Viking here, though, right? You can definitely see they've got the ability to completely blow up targets like the IO. Anyone who's a little bit squishy, they can remove very, very quickly. Bat Rider with some catch. And Lesh, offering you a bit of tower push as well, so decently well-rounded kind of trio of heroes so far from Viking, while Nigma, they've got Slada potentially for mind control, but we've from time to time seen this hero slip into interesting position 1 or position 4 roles, but I feel like he really has cemented himself in that 3. And Io for GH seems like a classic. So Nigma, not wide open in their draft. They do have relatively locked in heroes here, but it seems like they've got a plan.
Yeah, the thing is, how do you want to approach this bat, right? Do you want to get something like a Weaver, Phantom Lancer still in a pool, but the Lashrak kind of blocks that pick, so I'm liking what the Viking is doing already. Lifestealer is banned out, and you want to have, like, you can see different approach from the teams. Like, we're gonna get Disruptor, we're gonna have a good catch to set things up, inter-relocate. Also, if Batrider just uses Firefly, you send him back. Team Secret use the Oracle as a counter to Batrider, but they might need to pick a hero that isn't necessarily bad in the matchup against the Batrider, but there aren't many of those.
Yeah, and not just the glimpse, right? If Bat Rider jumps in, you can just throw the static storm onto the hero who's trying to lasso and stop any kind of maneuvering or kind of initiation from Viking. Very often as well, when you have a Bat Rider on your team, you'll have a hero like a Leshrac who stands next to a tower to do damage to it, and you're playing behind the Lesh. And Disruptor with Kinetic Field, really good at stopping the back and forth that you get when you're trying to bait people in. As Viking grab up somewhat of a saving support now, more of a lane control in this Lich, to give them a little more oomph in the laning stage.
I'm looking at their lineup and I see some cookie cutter strats coming out from them. They have a little bit of everything. I like Lashrak as a hero since he is a mixed damage, both physical and magical, good at every stage of the game. But they definitely need... You might put Lashrak on mid and have a safe laner. Okay.
You were talking about like reach and catch, right?
Yeah.
Storm Spirit going to be able to kind of backstab into the Lich, catch them out, but also another hero to set up for relocate ganks, actually.
It's not that great of a Storm game to start with.
10 seconds.
Like they have stun, you have Tiny Stun, you have Lasso, you have Lich, the Lich's Gaze, Lashrak stun, even though it's not that reliable against the Storm Spirit, it's still an okay Storm Spirit game.
Not too bad, not amazing. Final bans. Viking looking to remove.
Okay, so they might be looking for a Slark here. They banned out Bloodseeker.
Yeah, usually the go-to, isn't it? Ban Bloodseeker, pick Slark. But then, does this not signal to Nigma like, hey, just ban Slark now anyway?
It's not a good lane for Slark when you're playing against the Slardar. You get one. You time your bash and then you stun him with the Slithering Crush, so that's gonna be a lot of damage. So, not a big fan.
Yeah, and then, you know, if Storm gets an Orchid and is able to get the jump on you, or, you know, a Static Storm, you can't Dark Pack that off. It gets a little bit messy, as Phantom Lancer, the hero we've been talking about in the previous series, does show his face, and a Meepo. Viking with a Meepo. Who's their Meepo player, do you know?
I'm not sure. I know some of the guys from my pubs. I know Toby, I know Celery. It's gonna be Boom.
It will be Boom. Find out how they deal with this. Meepo into PL. You've got the nets, you've got that AoE magic damage as well. Not a bad matchup here at all. And the ability for this Meepo, Batrider, and Tiny to kind of jump in onto IO Disruptor, who are very squishy supports, most certainly gives Viking good entry into team fights, as long as they can come out this laning stage, you know, with a decent amount of itemization. Keep this Meepo accelerating is going to be the key.
The question is how many times this Meepo is gonna die, because every single time this hero dies, it feels like he loses much more than other heroes. Also, I'm thinking about the build on the Phantom Lancer. Getting Hood might not be a bad idea against the Tiny Lash Lich, even Batrider. But you also want to have a Manta style earlier, so you can dodge Meepo's net, and then use Doppelganger to get out of his reach.
Yeah,
we'll see what he decides to go for, but I'm liking Hood a lot.
Yeah, it's always one of those funny ones, you know, the kind of item timings and decisions to, you know, go a bit defensive early and then try and get aggression later on. I feel like Nigma potentially just skip that and go full aggression if they have a good laning stage and just go, oh, right, we're doing fine. We can put our foot down and really stamp our mark on this game. But I think
what is this set
the Batrider.
For Batrider?
Dude,
yeah, Rat Rider.
It looks... You know those what are they, Sphinx? The naked cats, the cats with no hair?
Yeah.
The naked mole rat. It looks like a naked mole rat. That's what it looks like. But it's an ugly hero. No, mount. That's the word I wanted. And it's Tiny. Look at him, glorious. Put our in-game overlay on and get ourselves into match 1. Best of 2s through this group stage here for the SLLA Major. Bringing ourselves ready and raring to go. Tiny boots first, heading up towards top. Shad will be your, like you said, the kind of position 1 Lesh to lane against the Slardar. Tiny and Lich for Celery, bringing up the rear. We'll be joining them. GH and Mind Control, it looks like they're heading top, so that's going to leave us a... Oh, okay, they're scouting lanes. Look at where Miracle's standing.
I'm looking. Yeah, he's ready to go wherever. For Viking, they want to have Lashrak against the Slardar, so he does not care about Slardar coming in. Even if he gets close, he's going to pop the Edict.
Oh, nice stun. Good tether. GH loses like 60% of his HP. Not looking too healthy.
Seconds to battle.
Good start for Viking. So Meepo's mid against the Storm Spirit. Kuroki just hanging around bottom lane. Miracle does swing down south. So Nigma, it looks like they are content. I don't know about happy, but it seems like they're, satisfied with leaving Slaughter up here.
Yeah, they want to have Phantom Lancer against the Batrider. That's what they want to have. Of course, they're gonna put the Storm Spirit against Meepo on mid, Storm on the side lane, not that great. And I mean, you have to sacrifice a little bit. This Slaughter will get harassed a lot. 2 ranged heroes, also physical damage reduction from the Frost Shield. It's not gonna be that great, but he's paired up with Io, so some of that harassment will be not that great. Coming, I mean, healing from the Io is just that good. And we can see Toby already behind the tier 2 tower, ready to take the wave.
Yeah, doesn't even bother going to lane for that first wave. So what's the plan here? Does he do the full pull and go across, or does he try and stack double wave up? He's already missed 1 melee creep. And look at this Thunderstrike from Kuroki already chipping away at Toby. Massive amounts of damage level 1 from Disruptor. That's what we like to see. So Toby really no choice anymore. Oh, misses a stun. Oh, top lane yellow. Mind control. Oh, he's being punched. He's being destroyed. He's being killed.
Even without the stun, they still managed to grab a kill. I'm wondering if Aramis wants to stick around for 1 more kill, then go back to bottom. Toby, no XP yet whatsoever. Lane is approaching.
Pretty decent wave coming in. The toss. What's going on, Aramis? Throwing creeps around. Leave the poor souls alone. So PL, Miracle really left to his own devices down here. 5 and 5. Toby trying to leech experience, find a place in the trees to hide. Because Tiny, like you said, has stayed up top lane. Still looking for a toss back, potentially under tower. But GH playing incredibly defensively. Mind control far forward, battling with Celery here with Crush and Bash. He's doing a good amount of harassment, and Lich does have to fall back to salve. It's going to get cancelled. Look at that, bashed up. He's got another Crush if he wants to go for it. Give him a few more whacks, Mind Control. Get in there. You can't kill him, but you can do a massive amount of damage until you get tossed into the tower. Missed stun from Lash again. And they will get a trade at the very least. They lose the Lich for Mind Control back into the grave.
It's not that easy to land a stun with Lash on the flying target. AoE is really small. But they will definitely need to help Batrider on the bottom lane. He is getting some creeps. Kuroki denying a little bit, but still, it's a free farming Phantom Lancer.
Completely unbothered. Completely untouched. And it's Miracle on his PL as well. You know he is going to come out of the gate absolutely racing. Oh, that's my bad. That's a T-Tours. There must have been a toss back on the IO. They picked off GH this time. So
he got him in there while he was tethering to cancel it. Then there was a follow-up stun from Lesh and guaranteed kill. How's mid lane doing? 23, 14, and 4 for Storm Spirit.
This is. I do wonder how many of these are neutral creeps. You know, he's a little ahead of the Storm, but I feel like he's cleared this camp that he's taking now, maybe once or twice. Ree's still doing reasonably well in this mid lane, and he can also fall back into the jungle if need be. As top laner will catch this one. No T-Tours anymore. GH really feeling the pain in this tri-lane. Viking sticking it to them, but Lacoste, is it enough? You know, the 3 heroes leeching experience from each other up here.
I want to see Tiny rotating mid, trying to grab a kill before Storm Spirit gets level 6. Rune in 10 seconds if he gets a haste or invisibility. That's kind of guaranteed kill, but look at the wards already. They know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, one outside of that Roach pit sees the Tiny coming in.
Worst rune!
Illusion Rune, yikes. Well, look at Storm though. Storm Spirit's being just hounded and chased by this Meepo, but now the turnaround with Kuroki arriving. Looks like Boom is going to get Vortex back. That's a level 4 point in Vortex. Unfortunately, not enough damage to finish off Meepo. And Aramis, he's got the 1-1-0 build. He's pretending to be an illusion. He's running around the trees, but the salve from Wii will keep him in fighting shape, at least for now.
Can't pretend anymore. They know which one is real.
This does open things up a little bit top lane, right? You've got GH and Mind Control, who very likely feel emboldened by the Tiny's rotation. Now they can play forward onto the Lich and Lesh, who are reasonably squishy up against this level 2 Bash of the Deep from Mind Control. Oh, Wii is being chased. Aramis is looking for the toss back onto his illusion. That's really... Oh, no, he's actually tossed him onto the creep camp. Nothing will come of that. Bounty runes are up. Shad giving chase, but Mind Control wants to battle into the Lich. The bash and crush. The damage is in. Celery. Oh, nice sidestep. Mind Control just drops his shoulder, gives it the old shimmy, steps past the splitter, and they kill off the Lich. Easy peasy. Are they going to go for Shad? No, they are going to just calm down a little bit.
You need to be careful about positioning. Just try to stay at the max distance, harass, and that's it. Don't get close, otherwise you're gonna die.
Meepo now level 6. We about to crack 6 himself. Should be a little bit afraid. Yeah, the nets, level 1 nets. They are here for Boom. Feels like such a weird game from Viking. You know, they're pulling out all these little tricks here and there. Toby is still dragging waves around and kind of stacking up, trying to get experience where he can. Miracle continues to free farm at 45 and 14, fully lane creeps. While Meepo's 51 and 5 looks pretty good with a few jungle creeps. He's going to go in onto the Storm Spirit, another ensnare. I don't know if he's got the full damage to bring down Wii with a ball lightning. Wii having a fairy fire also in inventory seems pretty okay until Batrider arrives. He says, "Heya, Wii, you all right, mate?" Lightning zip, is it far enough? That's the question. Toby gives chase, but he's only level 4 and he's being sandwiched in by Kuroki. Quick kinetic field into even quicker TP home. Well, I've missed a kill up top. Of course I have. GH has dropped to this tri-lane reunion. Aramis has come back up here and he's battling forward. Mind Control's going to try and slide into the trees. Does he have a TP? He does. Shad holds under stun, looking to scout with the Edict, see if they can find out where he is, but Mind Control has yet again found a way to weasel himself out of danger.
Batrider has a lot of CS.
Oh, mid lane. 7. They're finding Meepo here. Look at this. GH and Kuroki are in. They've glimpsed back Meepo, yet drag him back, but Storm has got a ball lining forward again. One more hit. It's just enough. Well done. That was very, very much on the edge.
I believe that's the call from V to kill the Meepo. He is the Meepo expert, knows how to shut this down, how to shut down this hero, and every single time when you kill him, he suffers much more than the other heroes.
Yeah, especially when you get into that mid game, he bleeds so much experience and gold when he gets picked off as well. Meepo will come back into mid. What's he got so far on this Meepo? Let me click the real. Can I click the real one? Thank you. Quadruple race band, very powerful. Going into treads. Do you see much Meepo in your pubs? Or I guess pro games we don't really see him that often. I'm thinking, what's the build nowadays?
I was never a Meepo player, but it usually is either Ethereal Blade, first item, sometimes Blink, depends. I see it in the pubs as the 10th pick. People love to cheese and just win the game when it's a good Meepo game.
We'll see what Boom heads into. Could maybe consider, you know, like a Shadow Blade into Scythe of Vice, but yeah, I think you're right. E-Blade is always that big option as an item to go for on this Meepo. If you're able to accelerate fast enough into it. And they still keeping a lot of pressure on Wii. Moving in, dropping him low, forcing him home. Batrider finally get some free time. Get some creeps, get some experience. Oh, Mind Control, bash. Dodges the stun again. Shad struggling. Sprint of Slardar to land these stuns.
When he hits level 6, then they need to be extremely careful where they're gonna stand. And here comes V.
Absolutely does. Lash, half HP. They've got the Sinister Gaze onto Mind Control, and Shat, thanks to that Frost Armor, does get back into that tree line. Storm needs to zip back. Toby's really low on mana here. Pops the wand, turns and battles Mind Control, helped by Io, but GH, unfortunately, at full HP, unable with that salve to keep the Slaughter up and running.
This is why Lesh is one of my favorite position 5s. Good when you're playing aggressive, good when you're playing defensive, can save the towers. Once you hit that level 6,
Bottom tower is under attack.
it feels like your team fight becomes 10 times stronger. Man, Phantom Lancer just rushing the Fusel Blade after power treads, putting a lot of pressure on that bottom tower.
Well, this is what I was saying, right? Nigma and I guess Miracle definitely one of those players and one of those teams where they feel that if they can go full aggression, if they can hit that kind of aggressive timing instead of playing defensive and then building up and slowly ramping, they do like to peak and really strike while the iron is hot. What are your thoughts on Iron Talon Lacoste? Because I've just seen it drop in a creep camp and no one gives a shit. Meepo pinged it and no one's going for it.
The old Iron Talon was extremely bad since you got it at 7-minute mark. I mean, even if you get to that perfect timing right at the 7-minute mark, it's still not that great. I have the same feeling for Poor Man's Shield. Iron Talon received a little bit of buff. Now it gives attack speed, but still one of the worst tier 1 items in my opinion.
Yeah, I think I fully agree. Like at least PMS gives you some like agi and some armor and stuff. Like if you're a TB or just like a Luna, any kind of agi hero, it feels decent.
And you can see even Miracle swapped the Iron Talon for Trusty Shovel.
I mean, Shovel is the best item in the game. I don't know why you wouldn't do that. Like seriously, it's sick, man. There comes we. Zip zap onto Celery. Shad looking for the stun. He's going to get the Edict out and Mind Control out of drop. They got the Lich, but was it worth it? We need the ball running away from this one. Flame Break at him, but the Shad Lesh cannot connect with an additional stun. Aramis trying to hunt anyone down for a toss back, and Kuro may get picked off here. Meepo's coming in with a level 2 nest. Oh, he's just out of range. Not able to get a latch onto him. But at the same time, Boom is farming multiple creep camps, multiple lanes at the same time. And Viking looking pretty good to get this Meepo online. He has not been shut down at all.
Oh god, it's 11-minute Diffusal Blade on Phantom Lancer. Like, no one wants to come to his lane anymore. Well, Toby will take one.
That's ooh, Miracle's not gonna go for it. He ran out of mana, so not doing as much damage, and 500 HP a little too far to go. That's very much Toby going, oh, he has Diffusal Blade at 12 minutes. Tier 1 mid defended very nicely by Viking. Lich will probably just sit here, Frost Shield spam and try and keep it alive for as long as possible. Top lane is completely abandoned. Tiny is lurking in the shadows off to the left-hand side and looking for the backstab as 4 Radiant heroes on this tier 1 mid should be confronted. Like, I feel, yeah, Viking, they TP back in. They need to confront this, right? They need to go in. Avalanche, Toss, Storm Spirit. Then they got the stun. Ooh, the Sinister Gaze. Storm. Static Storm is really good. Really good from Kuro. That stops any further chain stunning on the Storm, so we can escape. And PL has arrived. Doppelganger to get the illusions going. Glimpse back. Oh, Shad. Lash back to the tier 1. And now Meepo is exposed. Open, cold, and alone. Chain Frost is going to bounce a little bit into the creep wave and back onto Miracle's PL, but he's got a Doppelganger. And Toby's been shredded. He's got 1, he's got GH, he's got mana for days. Shad is stuck down on the low ground, and that's an ultra kill for Wee.
Man, that Static Storm saved that whole fight. It was a 4-man silence, so even Lich was using the Sinister Gaze, but there was no follow-up whatsoever, and GH after reset the things with the heal coming out from Io. Also, I think you should give Trusty Shovel to Io so you can get all those healing salves, dig them out.
Middle tower has fallen.
Also, I love the rotation from Miracle. He was having a good time on the bottom lane, took the tier 1 tower. There's a fight, he rotates to the mid, and all you want to do is with Phantom Lancer is you don't want to commit too hard, especially at this point since you're squishy. So you just burn all the mana on the important heroes and reset. Every single time use it, send the illusions. more good like this, and they can turn that into Roche. Slaughter's Corrosive Haze, one of the best spells against Roche.
Absolutely. And then you know you consider if Miracle had a hood there, does he do as much work? Probably not. Like that's Nigma's real sort of way of playing, their modus operandi. They like to group up and get these fights going.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Miracle already with Yasha done. What? 2 minutes after he got his diffusal blade, he's got a full Yasha completed. Maybe 3 minutes if we're being a little less generous.
Has fallen.
2.5, let's say.
Yeah, that's fair.
Let's
Split it
find
down
the middle ground.
Split the difference. Toby, what do you got? Double bracer, ether lens queued up, so not going for blink or full staff or drums or I think maybe more interestingly, no travels. Food to travel was the most popular Batrider item for the longest time, wasn't it?
Dire.
It definitely was. I mean, you can afford to go for it if you have units to TP to, something like a Beastmaster, then it's fine. But also your Leshrac is going for Boots of Travel, so you can't be that greedy.
Yeah, good point, Lesh. Bots into Yules. I need to keep my eye on this dire jungle. Nigma have done the full invade. Tier 2 being whittled away by Miracle as MC and Kuro. Just trying to keep tabs on Toby and Celery here. What's that? Essence Ring, hello. He's got 2 rings. Arcane Ring and Essence Ring.
Just buy Ring of Protection and pretend you're Sauron.
We jump Celery. Avalanche is going to clip him. They've got the lasso and the nets. Oh, wee.
E-Blade.
They were trying to relocate out. Io might actually pay with his life because of this. Yeah, they're pinging it out now. They know that Io is going to be returning. Where's Kuro? Kuro's off to the left. Toby's chasing Kuro, so Tether has to go south. Glimpse back will buy a bit of time for Kuro, but the Avalanche combo with the toss. And down you go, while Roshan now opens up for Viking.
That's a big one. Like, I don't think they can contest this. Storm is back in 5 seconds. There's no shrines anymore to TP to, but he can TP to tier 1 tower on mid though, or top lane.
Roshan about to drop. Mind control trying to get in. Storm dips. Oh, Meepo gets the Aegis. We half HP, but in comes the Phantom Lancer now. It's the E-Blade onto mind control. Oh, absolutely destroys him. They've got Aramis locked in place here. He tosses a PL illusion into the pit, but the rest of Viking retreat. A 1-for-1 trade, well worth it as they get Aegis on the Meepo, and this is now Viking prime time.
Yeah, after finishing that E-Blade, Tiny finished his Blink Dagger, was running a bit low on mana. Now it's the go time. Like, they want to keep fighting right now. There's no long cooldown ultis on their side besides Flaming Lasso. Also, Lich needs to be careful about using his ulti properly. Twice in a row, it didn't bounce. It was pretty much a single targeted. The problem is, it feels like when you're playing against Phantom Lancer, you have Meepo on your team, it always looks like you're on the clock, you know? Because this Phantom Lancer is the ultimate late game carry.
I'm sorry, but Meepo shouldn't be allowed to have, like, 4 Wraith Bands and Vambrace.
Not allowed.
What?
I'm calling my boy Ice Frog in Seattle right now. Be right back.
How is that a legal move? Like, what? At least he sold one of the Wraith Bands, okay? He's got 3 Wraith Bands and a Vambrace.
You know what bothers me about this item? Why is it called a Vambrace? Vambrace should be called if it's strength only. Like, Van Null if it's intelligence, and Van Band.
I'm done with you.
Don't you agree?
God. You are so fucking smart. It's unreal. God damn it, dude. Oh, a single tear just dropped down my eye. That was perfect. Absolutely perfect.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Oh dearie me, Viking is smoking.
Back to the game.
Whew. Vambrace
Now with this Manta style finish, he has ability to dodge E-Blade, get away from Earthbind, anything else, Napalm charges, of course.
Radiant's courier has been
They get the mind control courier as well. Don't know what it was doing up there.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. 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 Radiant's middle tower is under atta
Nigma grouping up around Wii pretty heavily. Miracle's Phantom Lancer just spamming out illusions, defending that top tier 1 without really putting himself in any meaningful sort of threatening position, as they do find a quick grab on Kuroki, but I think Nigma here pretty happy that it's just Kuroki dying there.
For sure, Slardar farming the bottom lane. Once he gets that pipe, that's gonna mitigate a lot of the damage from either Lich, Poofs, Tiny, Leshrac. It's a must-have item.
Blink from Meepo. E-Blade in onto Mind Control. Let's get some ensnares going, shall we? Oh, he's missed 2 now. Can he get the 3rd one? He's got Avalanche to help him out. Thank you, Aramis. Get that Meepo up and running. Blink, E-Blade, and Hex coming soon. TP's up towards the top outpost. Meepo has Aegis here, and a Chain Frost held now with the Leshrac bouncing between them so beautifully, but Miracle has Manta dodged out of the ensnare and jumped down. Doppelganger to help, but an E-Blade into Poofs, into
nothing.
Alright, there it is. Triple kill for Boom, and Viking looking real hot now.
Yeah, for a moment it looked like your real Meepo was having a seizure, but then he was just poofing. Alright, tier 1 tower still standing on mid lane. They should be able to take 2 towers here. Aegis up and running for a minute and 5 seconds. Oh, Batrider with the enemies, but they know. They pinged him out.
Entry season. MC nearly has his pipe done. Kuroki has a smoke here and tons of observers and sentries. Mech up for GH. But I just don't know what their angle of attack is. You know, Wii is still farming up towards his Bloodstone down in the bottom lane.
Northwest.
Northwest.
That's the angle that they should. Yeah.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Let's draw the arrow. Let's get them into business, shall we? Clear out the mid wave. Kuro, are we going to smoke up together?
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Holding on to it still. They let the tier 1 top fall. No real retribution here from Nigma. Very passive.
I thought you were gonna say very powerful. Usually it's like that. Once Meepo finishes his Hex, it's gonna be completely different story for both Phantom Lancer and Storm Spirit.
Here's the smoke. They bring Wii back. His Bloodstone's done. He can take out this mid wave with a remnant or so, but they are being ever so timid. Viking with a smoke of their own. Is the real Meepo with them? Yeah, he sure is. Off they go on a fantastic adventure into the river. Shad gets revealed down on the low ground. And now Nigma just holding their own high ground. Very defensive. Yeah, we standing, making sure this ramp's covered. They're just covering all the staircases. No one's coming up here. And Viking will find absolutely nobody down in the bottom Radiant jungle. So very likely they'll just return to farming.
They need this Heart and Phantom Lancer to tank up the illusions, especially against the Leshrac. Any initial burst damage, if they decide to go with the Blink Initiation Hex from Meepo. Once he gets it, then he's gonna have it in 1,000 gold.
Meepo's becoming a massive problem. Scythe of Vice is only, well, it's less than 1,000 gold, it's like 900 gold away or so. Phantom Lancer is, what, about 1/3 of his way towards the heart? Pipe has been completed by Mind Control. That might be their signal to potentially look for another smoke, another fight. And again, Kuroki has all of this vision that he's about to place. Nigma, they're gonna have all the intel in the world. They've still got 2 observer wards up, and they've got another 3 in the hands of Kuro. This map is gonna be completely warded and covered for Nigma to make plays.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Just save the wards for the late game.
Bottom tower is under attack.
1, 2, 3, 4 placed at the moment.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Yeah, the tower trades. Top lane all the way towards tier 3 as the tier 2 bottom pick by Viking, and they're all TPing out of the jungle. I say all. Toby is left.
Toby, come on, he needs 10 gold to finish the Blink Dagger.
Quick buy, quick buy. He's got it. He's fine. Hands off the keyboard. He knows he's dead. He bought his blink, and that's all that matters.
Nice. Alright, any big items? Okay, so Meepo switches from Hex the Scotty. Huh.
Oh.
Interesting. I would personally get the Hex here to control the Storm Spirit, since he does not have a BKB yet.
What's this jump from Wii? Goodness gracious me. The vision coming in from Kuroki, of course, so this whole setup so they can pick off Celery's Lich. And now, you know, the ball is kind of in Nigma's court, right? They've got 2 heroes dead on the side of Viking. They're pushing towards tier 2. Roshan, potential spawn is now. So in the next couple of minutes, we'll see. Oh, in the next couple of seconds. Oh my god, yeah, in 5 seconds. This is perfect.
No career in the Roche pit, though. Got it.
How do they have... They've got more observers and sentries coming to them. Kuroki just absolutely spamming them. He'll go back and scout Roshan, it looks like, as well. He'll find out that the big man's he'll find out that the big man's alive. Oh, he wants bounty runes. Well, that's fair enough. Ward up, bounty rune collection time. Tiny. And Meepo onto the IO. Good Lapso catching Storm Spirit as well. Oh, beautiful pickoffs here from Viking. I thought that Miracle and Nigma would get this Roshan, but it's going to be Viking that snipes it from under their very noses.
I love the play from Nigma, where they wanted to play aggressive, steal the Roche possibly from Viking, but man, the timing on Viking was absolutely perfect. Let's see it. 2 buybacks.
Into the Roche, the buybacks are there. Static Storm up to the Tiny only, and there's Boom with the Aegis of the Immortal. Aramis being shredded and ripped limb from limb by this PL of Miracle. Down goes Tiny, and mind control turns. Looks to Shad, but Meepo's picked off GH. No saving support, no heals or sustain. Celery with a Chain Frost bouncing. Miracle's half HP, and we will have to jump back to safety. Kuroki, what have you got left in the tank? You've got a glimpse to save your mates, but a jump in from the Meepo, looking for additional target. Does mind control slash Toby on the head and gets the nails back, but Wee's the one that's caught. Trapped in the ensnare, and Boom with a double kill.
They still have the Aegis. She's still on the Lash. Wicked Sick for Meepo. They should just straight run mid. The top lane is in a good position. There's a push coming on the bottom lane, but I don't think they should care about that. Also, Meepo can't deal with it. Phantom Lancer is the ultimate carry, but if they kill the rest, they should not have a problem dealing with the Phantom Lancer. Every single time, they just kill the IO before he falls off.
Oh, sure. Miracle. He's got Manta. Good kinetic field. Manta into Avalanche Toss. Miracle. He's got another doppelganger. He's got so many spells. But the E-Blade and the magic damage coming from Viking is just too potent.
And it Meepo. 10th pick Meepo.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Now that's powerful.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Has the Aegis for so long as well. Tier 3. Getting focused down. Aramis looking for the jump into the back. Killed off the Courier with Miracle. And that tower, not one for this world, but yeah. If GH dies, as long as Lesh and or Meepo survive, this Phantom Lancer, he actually doesn't stand a chance. PL has all of his illusions cleared by the Lesh Pulse Nova, and Meepo finds the real one with the nets.
I don't think they can fight this.
It doesn't look like they can. 2.6k HP on the Meepo, and there's 4 of them. 2 lanes of barracks did come through to hide Tiny Lich's back for any initiation they wanted, but it's going to be a reset now from Viking. Push out the bottom lane, get the wave equilibrium back across the river, and then top lane where that tier 2 still stands tall is where Nigma should be mounting. They'll really, honestly, potentially their last defense, or we don't get caught. And he's done a long zip there, hasn't he? Yeah, back to tier 3. He's all right.
Once he sells the raid bands, he's gonna have enough for a full X. There it is. Still have 2.5 minutes on this Aegis. It's go time. Orb of Destruction. I don't think he should be having that. Just give it to someone else.
Haste. And a telescope that's dropped. That's the bad thing about Meepo, isn't it? Getting neutral drops, but you can't pick them up. Shadow. Rabbit though. With BKB, Kaya, yours, Shad, zipped on by Wii. Storm Spirit, desperately scrambling for any target he can find, but the BKB is going to stop the glimpse, and Nigma will get nothing. While Meepo, TV's to the outpost. Meepo's coming in through the jungle, finds Miracle. He's got the sight. There we go. Started off strong. And they've got a Static Storm to try and delay this inevitable onslaught against Miracle, who manages to try and evade the danger. Good crush from Mind Control. Gap fuels up into the echo of the storm. There, the caught out Wii. Iris is down, but so is the Storm Spirit, dead with no buyback, and boom, it's godlike. Kuroki follows him to the grave. Mind Control, he's got nothing left. He's gonna slide into the tree line. He's got a salve. He's got a sprint. Okay, he had something left. He's got a bit of life remaining. But the trouble is, the rest of the team has crumbled behind him, and there really doesn't seem to be any form of defense from Nigma.
No one has a buyback besides Mind Control at this point. So go, take the tower, get the mega creeps. Oh my god, he's gonna have another Scotty soon.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's
22,000 net worth. Oh, well, that's GH dead. No buyback for 40 seconds. Storm is about to respawn. PL gone for 30. This final line of barracks is gone though. Kuroki, 4 staffs away. It's about, and it's found to tick staff flame break. Mind Control and Wii battling into Toby, but Chad and Boom, they come in and they are almighty.
Radiant's top barracks.
A beyond godlike Meepo. Has he even died this game?
He died twice. Once at 4-minute mark. Huge call. What a performance from Viking. GG.
Yeah, Viking take game 1. Nigma drop game 1 here in the group stage. The first match to be played by them and Viking. A European mixed stack. Completely decimates them with a Meepo.
Yeah,
I am in.
This game shows how you should utilize the 10th pick. If you compare this to, let's say, OG Seed, where they got the Brewmaster as their 10th pick, there's a huge difference.
Bago na yun sa akin. Start mo na siya. Yo. Bakit? Low. So yan? Kasama ba niya? Hindi ba? Ay, naayos ko. Ano yung tubig? something. Like this. Balik. Ayun. Ayun. Ang dami. Ano yun? Oh, talaga. Kaya, ba't may red pa dyan? Ano to? Classic ba to? Teka. Oh, saka iba to.
Ay, wag to ano yan. Hindi ka mamamatay dito, ilagay sa mga munition.
Tama nga yun.
Pag namatay ka, mabubuhay ko na.
Ba't nagano tayo? Saan ba nag-start? Check mo si mo mali. Ano na natin?
Wait lang.
Parang timbalan pala. Oo, nakikita ko laban. Yung parang meron. Meron sa mga pe. Ano to? Kami ba natin mag-upload?
Ano na ako?
Ayun naman, yun pa ako naman ako. Ayun o. Ayun o. Ipig ko rin. Ako kapel.
Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Dire team pick. Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
Oracle.
Radiant team pick.
Huskar.
Ten seconds remaining. Dire team ban.
Razor.
People. Also, Nyx Assassin has a built-in break with his ulti against the Huskar, which is deal.
And they do have minus armor as well, right? They've got the corrosive haze. They're going to have physical damage and a bit more from
10
Razor.
seconds remaining.
I'm just wondering here if Razor potentially is what Nigma feel is a counter to Huskar, you know, with the damage drain, but also the fact that Razor is a pretty fast BKB buyer. You know, you don't need a really primary item. You can go straight from, you know, treads or phase into a drums or something, and then BKB. So you are ready to fight. You're ready to really turn the tides of battle and continue whacking into Huskar, like you said, with, you know, disarm and saves and everything they've got. It's a pretty
10
decent pick
seconds
for them.
remaining.
As Vinkin yet again removed the Bloodseeker.
5
Even with
seconds
Slug back, like
remaining.
Slug was banned in the last game as well. They still banned this Bloodseeker out.
Yeah, seems like they are having trouble playing against the Bloodseeker in general.
Nigma with their final ban. What are we looking for? So I'm kind of assuming here Boom will be the Huskar mid. Give Toby the Batrider again. Celery Lich. Lesh is still a little bit flexible though, right? Could swing one way or the other. Not entirely sure where that lad is heading. Could be 4, could be 1. Could even put the Batrider into a support position if you're really desperate to do so. But right now I think Viking lacking a way to really control a team fight. They've got good single target from Bat, they've got good magic damage from Huskar, Lesh, Lich, but they don't have great ways of stunning or stopping Enigma from what they're doing.
They could swap Lashrak to off lane and put something else on the safe lane. They still have the last pick, so they can adjust accordingly. But I like Nigma's draft way more in this game. They have the answers, I'm especially liking the Nyx Assassin as a counter to Lashrak and Batrider.
Radiant team pick. Dire team pick.
Stampede. Oh, hello. Medusa. Well, first of all, the Centaur ban, really nice. You know, stop the Stampede to mess up with the Razor static link, the initiation from Nyx and Slardar, another saving mechanism, or initiate. Like, I wanted initiation, stuns, control, and that Centaur would have been a beautiful pick for Viking.
I think you need any kind of diffusal blade carrier. Slark's still in a pool, not the greatest matchup against the Slardar. And shift Lashrak to the side lane. Is there anything else? Phantom Lancer is still available.
The gyrocopter, you know, if you're Thompson, just buy diffusal blade. Okay, diffusal blade Huskar. Let's go, dude. That's what we're gonna see. It's coming.
You can get Terrorblade as well. Build the diffusal. I mean, it's not necessarily a must-have, but it's definitely a plus.
I've got a decent amount of time to think about it. So Medusa, Razor, two heroes that can handle the Huskar pretty nicely. Is this a change in... It definitely feels like a change in tempo, but a change in tact from Nigma as well. This Medusa hard carry, but very much a timing hero. You know, 25 minutes in, you're looking for your first real big item and a half or so. You know, you've got stats to build up, move towards your, I guess, Manta style or Skadi, whatever it may be, as quickly as you can.
Surprised that the Medusa was not picked in the previous patch where there was no limits to neutral items. You just get 3 items planted on Medusa, but they decide to go with Omni Knight. So they have a saving ability for Huskar, gives him extra strength, status resistance. I've been rambling all day about mana burn, and now Nigma picks Medusa and Nyx Assassin. I'm getting the vibes like a year and a half ago when these two heroes were extremely popular, playing against heroes like a Tide Hunter, who was also popular back then, where he doesn't have mana to use his Ravage. No matter how you itemize, unless you get a BKB, you're gonna get your mana burned.
What are the lanes gonna be? I guess we goes mid against the Huskar.
No, they're gonna put Medusa, I assume, since they picked Omni Knight, so you want to have Razor against Omni.
True.
It's a good matchup for both of these heroes on the side lane, safe lane, on Nigma's side. The question is, who's a better laner against Huskar? They picked Razor as a so-called counter to Huskar. When he gets on top of him, steals the damage, so he's not gonna be that effective. But still, I would prefer to have Razor on the safe lane and Medusa on mid.
And they did switch the Batrider into the 4 role here, so Celery 5 on the Lich, Toby will be the off lane. Omni Knight, Shad again, the kind of pos one on that Lesh. GH and Mind Control, that's a Nyx Assassin Slardar dual lane if they want to run it that way. We'll get ourselves into game and find out how they set out their pieces, figure out the lay of the land. Here in game 2 of this best of 2. It's group stage time. Nigma lost game 1. Not a great start for them. And they're up against another cheesy pick, the Huskar, in game 2 here after losing to the Meepo earlier on. Viking
Prepare for
probably
battle.
feeling pretty good about this. Adrenaline pumping, morale boosted. Taking down Nigma like that. Boom probably very happy with his performance. Let's see if he can continue riding that wave through this game now. Weehar's Razor is going in towards mid and Miracle's going bottom. I'll scout out the lanes and see what they're dealing with here. I feel like I agree with you though in the way that they should be setting things up.
Let me just look at the attack range. Razor 475, Medusa should have 600. Yeah, 600 it is.
What's Razor's damage? 54 on Medusa, 55. Yeah, pretty close in the damage as well. Quelling Blade up on Toby with a Windlace. So it looks like he feels he's going to be against the Razor as well. He's gone for Windlace. Trying to run away from Razor. Top bounty rune. It looks like it will be a place that both teams contest. A 3v3 about to kick off. GH not leveling anything up just yet, hiding away behind the single tree, but he has been scouted. Bat, Lesh, Lich, running down the ramp. As Mind Control controls the rune. Oh no, he's run off to try and get a kill. Aramis will take the
Oh,
rune, but they're
nice
going to lose their
stun.
Lesh now, potentially. Kuroki, Fortune's End on cooldown for another 5. And Shad, Speedy Disco Pony, gets away thanks to sticky napalm stacks being built up on those 2 melee heroes.
Well, bottom lane's gonna get free farm for Medusa anyway, unless they decide to get tri-lane going on top, tri-lane against tri-lane, and then Omni Knight can creep skip, manipulate the creep wave. Still, Medusa will get the free farm out of it.
And they will keep that Razor in the mid lane against Huskar. So Mind Control being tri-laned around. Definitely a change in tact here from Nigma, giving the Slardar a much better start.
Interesting skill build from Boom on the mid lane. Inner Fire level 1. He just wants to have, he wants to have a knockback against the static link. Pretty smart.
Yeah, that's really clever. He didn't go for boots or anything first. He has them queued up now. Very intelligent little shift in play there. Tri-lane continues up top. They start off with the Fortune's End, and they should have a crush. Do they have a bash? They've got the charges ready. Impale, perfect from GH, but Mind Control can't close the gap fast enough. Has to turn, needs to fight. He can't run, he can't hide. He doesn't have a crush here either, and no magic stick. He's in so much trouble. First blood yet again spilt by Viking onto Mind Control, and Aramis just keeps the sticky napalm stacks going. He dodges the Impale, and he gets another one. 2 for nothing in this top lane for Viking. Beautiful stuff.
Yes, you have Oracle as a, we're gonna call it counter to a Batrider, but it's a tri-lane, so you can't use it on everyone. Which means that at least one hero will get the extra stacks, and that's gonna be the target. The one who's purged, they will instantly swap it.
Yeah, and it feels like Kuroki needs to be using it as an initiation tool. Unfortunately here, though, a great splitter from Shad stops them in their tracks. And again, sticky napalm across 3 heroes, like you're saying, an absolute nuisance for Nigma to be dealing with. In top lane, looks like they will reset, just fall back a little bit. Seller and Aramis both pretty low on mana. So we'll take a look here. Down to bottom lane, Miracle has been bullied back by Toby, but the arrival of Kuroki will try and put an end to the shenanigans down here as a 9 for 1 Omni, 10 for 1 Medusa, pretty evenly trading farm.
If Omni can close the gap, he can harass Medusa. Medusa 280 with Wind Lace. Omni Knight has 322. Very interesting number.
Crap, Mind Control. See you, buddy. I was looking at this Invis Huskar in the mid lane. Okay, he's not going to mess around with Reed too much. Static Link is now back up. We will go for this. Shouldn't be able to kill the Huskar here. Or maybe with a Plasma Field, and the final hit comes through. Barely scrapes away with a kill. Really well done by Wee, but overstepping that Huskar for sure.
Also
And Toby?
with Lace. All right, Toby dies at the bottom lane.
Oh yeah, Wind Lace for Razor.
Man, this mid lane's not going well. Huskar 4-1, Razor 16 and 12. So Aramis comes mid, tries to help him out. Can he dive? It's a lot of damage. Do you think we should have like fire damage? We had that, right?
We had it for like 2 days or something, right? I was so excited, like, oh yeah, Cinder Brew, and I can use Sunstrike on Cinder Brew, and there's fire damage and elemental damage. Like, no. This game is complicated enough as it is.
It was cool while it lasted.
Yeah, it was a bit of fun. So back to dual lanes now. GH and Mind Control 2v2 against the Lesh and Lich. Huskar, you know, the help of the Batrider was there. Aramis now out of mana again, but he's got a bottle and he's just spamming mangoes. I want to see how many mangoes. He's bought like 10 mangoes.
Top
this
lane,
Batrider, by the
Gary.
way. Hello, top lane. Hello, Shad. He's fine. He's fine.
You didn't even bother with the camera.
I did. I moved. I watched. I looked.
Sama dito. Dito.
Huskar with boots. What's the move speed now? 311 against 336. So Huskar, you know, a little bit ahead. As bounty runes, 10 seconds to spawn. Batrider heads down south. With Nyx and Slardar controlling both of the northern ones. Really here, the Dire team need to get a couple down in the bottom part of the map, especially to refill the bottle on the Batrider. GH though, stepped a little bit too far forward. Edict is there, tickling away. Shad and Celery put him to an end.
Lesh is such a great hero with setting up things at the safe lane or side lane, having the extra ability to slow down. If you have anyone that gets on top of him, Lashrak didn't even have boots to close the gap, but if someone just oversteps their boundary.
Man, Razor is 25 and 17, Medusa 30 and 11. Nigma are just completely out-farming their opponents in this one. Like, Slardar has the same CS as Huskar. Definitely not what we're expecting or hoping for.
One thing that worries me is these heroes don't build into BKBs that early on, and there's no way to itemize against the mana burn. Mystic Snake, man, Mystic Snake on level 15. This Medusa is getting a lot of levels, plus 25 mana gain. Also, mana burn will be up and running a bit later, since you just want to max the other spells.
Mind control doesn't connect that crush. Split up does land, but Kuroki yet again here to bail his team out and maybe a bonus kill. Cherry on the top will be this Lich if they can find him. Purifying Flames is ready and it snipes him out. Celery actually the one to get the final touch as, oh, hey, baby, we kills off Aramis. Looks like the Batrider went for an aggressive play there. Huskar back in the jungle, but we just said thank you very much.
Not even close. Then Razor sitting at 3, almost 400 HP, 11 magic wand charges, plus a fairy fire. Someone needs to go back to school, do the math. Alright, disarm V.
Oh, Weehar must be absolutely chuckling to himself. Dead. Gifted. Absolutely gifted. 2 kills on a silver platter. Batrider and then Huskar. One by one they go rolling on into the bank account of Wee's Razor. My goodness gracious me.
Sometimes you don't even have to gank. The people just do weird stuff and they die.
Let the gank come to you.
Exactly.
Start playing again. Here's the setup we've been waiting for. Crush only onto the left though. Mind control very low on HP. And GH, good save. That Fate's Edict buys time through the magic damage of Shad, but the Edict will finish him off on the Courier. One hit, not gonna get hit. Kuroki though will be the target of choice as they switch across to the Oracle. Smoke, a wand, a stick, a fairy fire. Oh goodness, he's got Fate's Edict. He's got a heal. He's gonna run back behind the tower. He's ticking down, but he's all right. Kuroki and Mind Control will survive. Oh god, they don't step forward. Lich has Frost Blast level 2. Flame Break yet again up onto you. Kuroki turns, gets the Fortune's End, gets the kill. Celery wasn't expecting that, and 2-mat stun from GH. Mind Control's there to continue on forward, but Shad will be all right to fall back and away.
Gary, what is going on in this game? People are diving too much, dying too much, whatever you want to call it. Mid lane, V. Huskar needs to be careful about his positioning. With the Windlace, Razor has move speed advantage, 4 points in static link.
Genuinely no idea. Toby trying to help out his Huskar, but does it really matter when this Razor is ripping you apart? And one by one yet again, and Wee is just given kills. Celery might be a triple for him. Fortune's End, the raindrops pop, but in comes Lash, and Wee will be stopped at long last, put to an end, and Kuroki's gone a bridge too far. Deep, deep, deep. No way. He can't. The cost.
No, or I was just waiting. Lash was fake pumping the stun couple of times. Well, Fate's Edict can't save you against that.
That is true.
We're gonna talk about Medusa, Gary, for a very long time. Let's check what she's doing. 63-15, level 8, 4 points in split shot, so she can just go back to jungle, give the space to anyone who needs it on the lane.
Razor sees the Huskar bottom and is like, oh, right, I'm gonna come down here and play. And Miracle tells him to get out of his lane. He wants the full farm rotation. Looks like it'll be treads into Manta for Miracles. Oh, Toby. Static Link will drain a lot of damage. Plasma field, but no continuation. The stuns and supports, they're off wandering elsewhere. Celery gets spotted out by MC. Cross shield's gonna keep him pretty safe. Mind Control, if he gets another, like a bash here and another crush, can he do it? Fortune's End will definitely secure this one. Sinister Gaze on the tower. Kuroki steal it? No. Gives it to Mind Control, allows him to take the kill, and there is nobody to stop him. No one's TPing top tier 1. Batrider's lurking deeper to try and get bounty runes.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
A lot of pressure on the bottom tower from Edict. Yeah, there's no way they're defending this one.
Bottom tower has fallen.
Nigma's lineup will excel at 20-25 minute mark once Medusa gets 1 to 2 items. Razor is already having an extremely good time.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
GH in this room. Still not level 6, but he spots the Huskar, and this is where we wants to be, hunting Huskar, but a good Chain Frost actually bouncing in between the Nyx and Razor, allows Boom a little bit of distance. Celery's gonna take another couple of cracks of the whip from Wee, and there we go. Lich finally falls. Wee, with the help of the creeps, will get past the tower, not getting aggroed upon, but Boom with a life break forward does close the gap, pushes Razor back, and Shad secures a dominating streak for himself.
It's a lot of XP for those two. And they have 2 abilities to push them out. They have Flame Break and what's this one called? I always forget. Inner Fire. Yeah.
Dire's bottom tower
Sounds
is
up a little
under
bit.
attack.
Miracle. Jungle time. The one has gone. Not as safe down there as it once was. I know, a 1v1 man battle between Toby and Mind Control. And the rest of Nigma coming up to join the squad. Kuroki still only level 5, but they're gonna go diving. Impale, not quite on the mark, but the Carapace connects onto the Lash with a big mana burn there, and heals and saves from Kuroki, keeping Mind Control up. Means that the dive continues, but the Lash has so much damage output. Blown up completely, Wee is gone, and well, that Oracle can't stand up against it either. Good rotation and great reactions from Viking.
They're very limited on the tower damage at the moment. Also, I believe there was some kind of miscommunication or people are not paying attention. Oracle was still level 5. We
Radiant's middle tower
went
is
really
under
deep
attack.
inside, and I mean, you're trying to go on a Lash who's hiding in the jungle in those juke spots with Edict and Pulse Nova running. Yes, you had a good start, but you also need to start thinking about your defensive items. He has Boots of Travel right now, can be anywhere on the map. Okay, GH, bottom lane. They're trying to set things up. Apparently it got cancelled, or he misclicked. Razor was deeping to the bottom lane.
Oracle will come out to the outpost now. GH, Carapace goes for the stun. They've got Lesh TPing in behind though. Shad is here, and they've got a lasso with the magic damage of Lesh. Shad says absolutely not. You stop this right now. We and Kuroki just couldn't get there in time. And Kuro is still level 5.
Apparently Lashrak's Boots of Travel are working. It should have been the opposite, like Razor should have TP there and they could have killed that Batrider with setup from Nyx Assassin. And I love the build on Nyx, 4 points in Carapace.
Yeah, I mean against Lesh and Batrider, right, it's pretty damn good. Toby working on Vlad's after the arcane boots. Pretty slow going for these two offlaners, right? Slardar is yet again working on this hood into pipe rush, it looks like. Seemingly the kind of tactic they're going for on this Slardar. Get pipe, get blink, be that tanky frontliner who just gets up in the face of your opponents as much as possible.
Medusa, Rapier queued up. What up?
No, really?
I don't think he's gonna go for it. There's no reason to go for Rapier as your second item.
I mean, that's a big power play. Wait, GH just solo... Oh, Huskar was low HP farming jungle. GH just finds him. Oh, Kuroki's hit level 6 at long last. Manta for Miracle. Pop out the illusions, push out some waves. Bounty runes coming up again. Shad shows his face. Kuroki doesn't want to kick things off with just Miracle here. Yet again, all of their real team fight is elsewhere. Mid lane, top lane, the big stuns, and Weave Razor farming back in the jungle. Boots of travel up for him and going for drums. I would definitely expect bots, drums, BKB here for Razor, right?
I think it's a bit too late to go for drums right now. Since you already have Boots of Travel, move speed is there.
He finishes them off. There's the BKB queued up as well. Definitely going for that 20-minute-ish timing. What's the chance here that Miracle goes for a BKB too? Is that a possibility? If you just have two BKB carries, your Razor and Medusa, and you run
They
it?
have good frontliners, and the save from Oracle, there's really no need for BKB. And there's no mana burn on their side, so he's pretty safe. He doesn't have to get BKB at all this game.
Has fallen. Dire's courier has been killed.
Jeez, GH, leave them alone. These poor little couriers. Celery's trying to get around the corner, looking for the Sinister Gaze to cancel TP. I think GH might be done for. Oh, he gets off. Oh, that clumsy. Oh, that's clumsy net from Lesh. Okay, that opens up the Sinister Gaze. Tries to go for the stun. GH gets a Courier Snipe and he forces two heroes to chase him, but in the end, it will be a continuation of that streak for Shad. We really haven't seen Boom have a game here, have we? This Huskar, 6k net worth, now has the armlet, phase boots, triple bracer, working on the halberd. Usually Huskar is this, you know, flick the switch, I'm ready to go at a certain point, but it's been slow, kind of arduous work for him. It's been difficult to build up.
The thing about Huskar with neutral items as well is he doesn't necessarily need to snowball. That hero can farm pretty fast, even. And oh, that's a big kill if they can get it.
It sure is. He's got Pipe, he's got 12 Wand. Mind Control, Flame Break does tick him off to the right-hand side, but they've got Toby with a Frost Shield, Lich helping out. In comes the False Promise. Mind Control kept alive by Kuro, but the lasso's there. Can they get some more heals into MC? Kuro, he's gone. GH with a good carrot base, and MC still somehow alive. Allows the Solana Onyx to try and escape away, but they've got a Yules into a stun. Boom is there, and, well, there goes GH. Absolutely, oh, good stun. Nice two-mana fail. Opens up a Weehal with a static link to their Guardian Angel. Boom, TP's out. Toby, oh, he's been cancelled by the Stone Gaze. Boom, he can't move. He's got no damage. Oh, he's absolutely done for. Celery comes in to try and help his buddies, but it's just save your buddy syndrome. Toby, nothing left to give. Chain Frost bouncing all the way around, and Bat Rider still here with a Leshrac. They want to continue fighting. Luckily for Viking, no more initiation available for Nigma, or else that could have been very easily a 5-man wipe.
Yeah, once Medusa shows up in the team fight and uses Mystic Stake once or twice, it feels like the fight just completely is over. And they were chasing for a really long time. The one item that might change things a little bit is Heaven's Halberd on the Huskar, but since he was not having that good of an early game, it's gonna be delayed.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Man, Shad is all over the place.
Yeah, still wicked sick. MC and we both have to turn tail and run. They are creating a nice little zone here for Miracle to continue farming though, as the Dire reclaim their jungle at long last. 5k lead though for Nigma, closing in on that 20-minute mark where really we expect things to pick up even further for the Radiant side. BKB halfway there for we. Medusa, look, hey, Lacoste, Medusa still has that rapier queued up, you know?
He was passing the secret shop, had 3.8k gold and didn't buy it.
Oh, hello.
There's really no reason to go for it.
Mind Control's got a nice little crush in the middle of them all. Boom, dropping low, but they've got the disarm onto Wii. No more right clicks, no more damage, and Kuroki false promising himself, looking for the snipe of the Celery. Can he get one more? Purifying Flames to take out that poor little Lich, but it is Viking on the rampage. They are looking forward for more targets. No lasso, but they've got a Flame Break and a Sticky Napalm up to 5-6 stacks. That is just utter decimation.
Straight into Roche. You have Huskar, you have Dragon Scale, so damage over time will be there. Let's see. Uses the life break. Buyback. We've seen this before in game number 1.
And Mind control. He'll get a freebie. Aramis gives his life. Roshan not very low here, so not really a great opportunity for Nigma to steal it. And Viking do bring their numbers around. They've got 4 heroes on this ramp. Coming down into the Roche pit again. They need to scout out. Are they inside? Oh, we got pushed out of the pit. That could have potentially been a go.
I'm just gonna pick up the bounties. Still 5.3k gold inside the bank. I mean, he can buy it. One of the reasons why he didn't buy any components, so they know he's gonna go for that divine rapier.
What are his actual other like legit options? Skadi?
Skadi, butterfly.
Right?
Yeah. If you just want raw damage, you can get Daedalus, but I think getting that as third item gives you like more value once you get either butterfly or Skadi. I mean, he might buy it. Let's see.
Oh, rapier! Oh.
Has to be one of the fastest rapiers ever purchased.
What the fuck? 21-minute rapier. He's going to go into BKB next, but here's the fight in the middle lane behind the tier 1. Mind control sprinting forward. They're going to play him break back. Shad turns to look to battle with a bouncing into the creep. Towards we a good stone gaze, forcing Boom and Toby back.
He has a rapier.
Disengage, guys. The Medusa has a rapier. Run away! Get out of here! Miracle's just hunting them. I guess rapier now with True Strike, your attacks cannot miss. He doesn't care about the evasion from Halberd or anything.
All right, straight into Roche pit. Corrosive haze on Roche with that all extra damage.
Where's Razor now sat? Okay, he's nearly, oh hello, lasso, to the core, next assassin, he does have carapace, and he's got a lot of HP to work with here, so turns and runs, and as Battle Rider's initiation comes to naught, Hotskell will jump him though, Nyx with a good pre-map stun to really lock down Roshan for this Rapier Medusa, who shreds the Battle Rider in a couple of clicks, and Mind Control desperate to catch the Huskar. He has the Omni, healing and buffing, but the right-click damage is just too much to work up against, and another stun. Nigma to stop the Toby Omni from retreating. 3 heroes down, and this Medusa Rapier with Aegis ready just seems unstoppable at this point.
500 damage with the split shot. All right, they're just gonna try to end the game here.
Well, we dies back at base. Shad and Celery somehow catch the Razor all the way back there. But wait, where are they going for tier 4? Is he going for a fucking throne? What? What is happening? Yeah, they're like, hang on a second, let's just finish off get the barracks, get the buildings first. We'll work it slowly but surely. Yules into stun, Shad sets it up, Carapace beautifully done from GH. Can he get the secondary stun? Not quite there with the Impale. But there's a full lane, 23 minutes in, by Rapier, kill buildings.
Couple of napalm, stick charges, but she's just gonna stand her ground. Also, Stone Gaze is available.
Like, you can't initiate on this Medusa. Miracle stands forward, has Aegis Rapier. You can't go past her, you can't go through her, you can't go on her. What do you have left? Look at that, she hits once. Like 10% of Shad and Aramis's HP goes. Another Carapace onto that split earth. Wonderfully done by GH. MVP so far on this next, but a Chain Frost bouncing in is well placed and well timed. But the Fate's Edict, Magic Community for Mind Control is beautiful. Shad is deep in behind enemy lines, but Toby!
Oh my god, that damage.
Miracle, Mystic Snake and a couple of clicks, that is it for you. No TP cancel for we. This is nonsense. Absolute nonsense. Huskar doesn't even have Halberd yet. He doesn't have a way to stop this. Look at the concave. The concave from Nigma is here. They've got 4 heroes all surrounding Medusa, who is frontlining, and there's like no entry point at all for Viking. Okay, you've stunned the Medusa. Full mana yet again from Mystic Snake. Congrats. Now what? Another Mystic Snake? Oh, don't mind if I do. I'll go back up to full mana again, and you've wasted all your bloody spells. Lich, dead. Medusa, very, very strong. Scar. Static link up on him. I don't know what Boom can do apart from run and hide because Miracle is about to dive into your fountain. Shad is an inch away from death, stunned, but Guardian Angel at the same time. So the physical damage will be mitigated and stopped for now. They've stunned up Boom. He's going to run back into fountain, but he's going to just get right click to the triple killing monster machine that is Miracle mashing into the Viking heroes. GG's call. Give him a rampage, guys. Come out of your fountain and give the Rapier Medusa a rampage that she deserves. No? Okay, just give them the game then.
This has to be one of the weirdest games that I've seen lately. And is Knoxville home?
Yes, he is.
Ask him about the rapier on Medusa. Like, this has to be one of the fastest one for sure.
Was it 21 minutes and 20 seconds? That
21
was some,
minutes something, yeah.
That's some.
Yan, nasa ka na, Ken. Saan ka na? Hindi na sa hagilon, doon nasa hagilon lang ako. Sequence ito ng puta. So, dito tayo sa hagilon. May mga bala naman na tayo. Ganyan na tayo. Kaya, lagi ba may mag-sequence? Bago namatay ka nga eh. Ken, dog tag, Ken. Huwag ka mo namang ba, Ken? Saan yan?
Diyan sa baba.
Bago namatay ako.
Sabi mo, tago na muna siya. Ay, sa likod. Oh, di mo patay. Sabi mo, tumago.
Ken, isa lang yan, patayin mo yan.
Sabi mo, tago na siya.
Tago ka na lang. Ay, isa pa, Ken, meron pa isa. May isa pa, packet, Ken. Isa lang, meron packet sa'yo. Kabila mo, kabila. Yan.
Buhay ka muna.
Buhay. Sa likod mo. Hindi dyan. Sabi lang pa. Gusto yung harapan mo kanina doon.
Wala ba siyang buhay?
Buhay ka muna, pare. Buhay. Magbuhay ka. Tagal ko pa. Yung espada rating dyan. Bago, namatay na tayo. Kasi may mga multi-seaplane dyan.
Doon nga, kasi maglalab siya pag nadaan. Maglalab.
Fokus ata din eh.